Maybe you feel your votes wouldn't count, like it's a waste of time. I honestly, I believe Nigeria will still go down. Honestly. It can still go down someday.
It is my choice.
He has the trail to go there as a young man to lead Nigeria, to lead the nation.
Someone who is intelligent, someone who has a business in Nigeria, someone who can build Nigeria to a better place.
Well, I don't prefer any one of them. I don't even care about anybody because you see, I don't trust anyone.
The announcement came in the early hours on Wednesday.
Tinubu Bola Ahmed of the APC, having satisfied the requirements of the law, is hereby declared the winner and is returned elect.
Some protesters on Tuesday stormed the Presidential Coalition Center at the International Conference Center in Abuja to demand the Electronic Commission of Result from the Independent National Electoral Commission. It will be recalled that the chairman of the commission, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, had on several occasions promised Nigerians transparency in the just concluded election.
We have the right to protest under the Constitution. It doesn't stop us from going to court, the fact that we are protesting.
This election, as you know, did not meet the minimum standard expected of a free, transparent, credible, fair election.
Or the big one for a train that is going to Niger, Africa is trying to integrate and do business with each other. I feel like the rail system will help them to travel faster. They are also planning a rail system from Ghana to Nigeria. You understand? Just like we have always wanted an African AU passport, where you and I can travel anywhere in Africa without needing a visa.
Can we listen to this video?
Tired of explaining this now. I'm tired. I've explained it last night. I was in Tuesday line. I explained before then. Maybe I've seen the next after now. If anybody asks that question again, I will not be happy. I've said to you that we need to run. You need money to run the business. There is no better provision for cost, because our plan is that from the returns you get from the rail. Okay. Now, if you're going to reduce, like today, say they carry 13 passengers in a coach of 56, mean that you're losing money from 25 about 25 passengers. Right? So if we're making 120 million before, and now we're making less than 60, running cost is between 90 and 100 million. There are two things to do. Either we increase the cost, the fare, the transport fare, or we ask government to subsidize, and we give government that opportunity. There's just no money in the government to go ahead and subsidize that. Because we told government, at the beginning we subsidized. It was 56 million a month, and we're getting only 60 million. So we are subsidizing at 40 million. Now, if we want to go to that regime, the implication is that government was prepared to release that money on a monthly basis to run. Government doesn't have the money. We will get the cost.
If that thing is too long, I don't know how long is it. If it's too long, I can share it so you can listen to it.
You can share that information with me,
and did you see the caption? Did you see the caption on top there?
I saw the caption.
Yeah.
But sometimes these people make those kind
No,
of.
he said it with his mouth.
And I'll try to check the genuine.
It's not. Listen, this is not.
There is no any.
These people like this are just even the way they speak. You can see that you can feel thieves, but incompetence.
Criminals. It's not about incompetence. Incompetence is understatement.
Look at the way he's just said.
You see,
nothing. There's no sense in anything.
He doesn't feel any remorse about whatever because he has a backup from the Fulanis, the people who sent him
to what he was saying.
You understand? Forget about all this jargon.
So we are supposed to still live in a country where we are still supposed to be talking and dragging train fare.
So
you see,
the place I watched, you see where I watched him, he's not even here. The place where I watched him is where they were sitting like a panel. everybody they were asking him questions. He was answering how he got the
And
money
he's
from
capable of
and
doing such a thing.
and you see how he's very bold and proud to say, what is it wrong if we can cede our sovereignty to China? So for China to come and colonize us again.
But I don't know how a politician, even if no matter how corrupt you are, that you say that on record that what is wrong for the sovereignty. That is the unpatriotic.
Yes, that is so there is something.
Callous.
Are you still recording? That is what the Nigeria you're talking about the military. We have been in the military now. What is difference between now and the military time? Even that military government is even better than the way what we have now. No, I want to tell you something. I will tell you why. I will tell you why. Me, I would prefer.
I simply just don't believe that we can govern ourselves.
Let me tell you going to govern us. No, listen, there are people who can govern us. Even if Nigeria now today want to be good, there have to be restructuring. And that restructuring, Fulani can never agree to it. So it can never happen.
You see, my brother, there's one, I think since we've been talking, there are some things, few analyses that you've made that I will agree with you. In terms of restructuring, I also agree that Nigeria should be restructured. And the restructuring should start from actually revisiting our constitution and making sure that evil constitution that is enslaving you and I, and every Nigerian, and it's also putting our leaders, is putting them in a bondage that even when they have good intentions, their intentions cannot get to a common man. Do you understand? So you see now, you cannot have headache, you understand, and be using medication for purging. Do you understand? If we don't solve the biggest problem in Nigeria, we'll just be running on the rat race.
So now. When you talk about the 1999 Constitution, the 1999 Constitution on its own is a devilish book. Number one. And then on top of that, it has been restructured, which we call exclusive list. And those exclusive lists, who wrote them, who attached them? And now, for you to amend it again, the same Fulani will not agree.
Okay, you see,
because you have to debate it in the House of Rep.
Yes. Okay.
With all that,
I'm going to forget this. Let me just make this point before I forget. Talking about the House of Rep and debating things, it will take me back to the East. You see, the Eastern politicians, you understand? There's an adage that says that if you can't beat them, you learn to play their game and beat them at their own game. You understand? That is one thing that when people are saying Tinubu, I don't want to go back to it, but that's one thing that Tinubu learned to do very well. He looked like the likes of Awo. He looks like the like of Ladoke Akintola, and how they failed to get the national spread. And then he went to play the game of the North with them. Do you understand? So now, the point that I'm trying to make is that if you are saying even in 100 years, the Fulanis will not allow you to take over or to do, maybe, let me just put it in my own simple way, to do the right thing, right? Now, what is the trick to win the election in Nigeria and be in control so that you can do the right thing, right? Is by alliance. So now, the problem that the Southeast in Nigeria is having is the Southeast still is not playing the politics of alliance.
It's a lie.
No, then let me finish. Okay. Then you can now tell me that I'm telling lies, right? If I know that without G-Boy, I cannot win election in Primrose, and I know that without me, you cannot win in Joburg, right? In Jewel City, and without him, you cannot win in Bedfordview. You get? Now, if I want to win election, that means I have to consult you, speak to you, we have an agreement, I have to come to you, I have an agreement. I already know that in my place, I have the votes. In order to now get the vote of both of you,
But
I have to come into alliance
But
with you.
is that supposed to be like that in a democratic country?
That is not for any human being to decide. That is how the Nigerian system is. There's nothing you and I can do about it.
What is different between Nigeria? What is different between Nigeria as a country and other countries that practice democracy?
There is an effort. There is an effort to change such system in Nigeria.
Okay.
And it seems like certain powers that be don't even.
That's what I'm saying. He talked about House of Rep. There was a conversation I had with you months ago. I said, no matter how good intention that Obi has, if he doesn't have a spread, if you are not the majority in the House of Rep, no matter how brilliant your idea is,
but Obi has.
There's no way you can
Obi
have that
has
majority.
more than that.
Excuse me.
He
No.
has more than
Listen. Listen.
In this particular election,
no. I want to tell you something.
Yes.
There is a way you misunderstand something. Don't say Tinubu played the card, whatever. Because excuse me, he played the game. That's why he win. No.
No, I'm not talking about winning now. I'm not talking about winning.
No, that's why he got the presidency, whatever. He played the game. The game he's playing is selling his people to the Fulanis to get what he's having now.
No.
Excuse me. I will tell me. Do you know how many places that they have given to Fulanis in Yoruba land? Do you know that the Yorubas are living as refugees in Benin Republic?
Bro, you see those information? Those are information that you are just telling me about.
You don't know before.
You see, let me explain.
You don't know before. I'm telling you.
So you actually don't. You're not aware. You're not conversant with the activities of the political party that you support.
Okay, I want to tell you something. When you say, excuse me, when you talk about having an alliance, Hope Uzodinma came forth in a governorship election in Imo State, and he was met the first by the same Fulanis. What kind of alliance do you want from him again? Wike, they promised him to give him vice president slot, and because of that he killed his people in Obibo massacre. And at the end of the day,
those are those are
you were gonna call it propaganda. Is it a propaganda?
I'm not going to use propaganda.
They promised him, that is for sure. That's why
that you can't confirm.
No,
brother. Bro, you see, you are not there. You are not there when they were sitting and making that agreement. You see now, the way we are sitting now, if we make an agreement, this boy can say, hey, I was there when these people had this agreement, but we were not there.
That's what I'm telling you.
You understand?
He was denied that slot. It wasn't given to. That's why you see him having like a kind of, he has a loggerhead with the Northerners, with these cabals. That's why you see him doing what he's doing. You understand?
You got the whole story wrong. Let me tell you the problem with Wiki.
You don't know what is happening in the system,
what I understand. Then you see, after tonight, all these things that you're saying, I'm still going to go and
yes. Yes.
So that when next we have this conversation, I can shake your hand and say, yes, you were right.
No,
you understand? But for now, I'm just gonna.
If the outcome of this presidential election turns out in favor of P2B in Nigeria, with the current situation unfolding in Nigeria now, will Tinubu accept?
I don't get your point. Are you saying if Obi had won,
if through this process, this case in court,
you see, let me tell you something.
If Obi, if it turns out in Obi's favor,
about the case in court, there's no case. There's no any case.
No case.
There's no case. Obi.
Is that what you're telling Nigerians?
No case. Obi is just gonna waste his time. Everything was done by the book. Tinubu won. You understand? Obi should come and join Tinubu in his government. If he really has good intention for Nigerians, he should actually come to Tinubu to support his government and make sure that this ship called Nigeria doesn't sink. If it's that good, if it's that that magician that will change Nigeria. He should come and show us with the Tinubu's administration that, okay, let me support you, let me show you the way.
Okay, let me tell you something. Tinubu did not win election because he has the majority or because he knows how to play the game better than every other person. Just because Fulani sees him as a very good tool to use.
Okay, if that's your opinion, but in my own...
Do you think under Tinubu's administration, there will be a possibility that Nnamdi Kanu will be let go?
No, you don't even think.
Okay.
For Nnamdi Kanu to come out.
The reason I ask is because the Nigerian court has discharged and acquitted him.
Yes,
you see,
and the same government of Fulani is still holding.
Yes.
For him to come out there must be an extra force from outside, not just a decision of the Fulanis.
My brother,
only when
Nigeria remains a sovereign nation. Any country cannot influence the decision of the Nigerian
government. It depends. No,
that is what it can never. Is that the reason?
No, they can only suggest and say no, do this because of
so basically,
I want to correct you there.
No, it doesn't.
So the people running.
Crying for
the people running the Nigerian government currently.
You there. Come again.
The people running Nigerian government currently actually capitalized and are still capitalizing on that reason and holding Nigeria down and reducing it to what it's become now.
What happened?
Because they understand, they know that it's a business of sovereignty.
Do you know this?
I don't have a right to come and tell you what to do, and you don't have a right to tell me what to do.
You know the story of Umaru Diko?
Yes, very well.
The people who arrested, who went and kidnapped Umaru Diko and brought him to Nigeria without a proper rendition process. What happened to them?
I can't remember.
You can't remember. So that's what I'm telling you. If Britain doesn't have interest or doesn't support what happened to Nnamdi Kanu, he will not be where he is today because he's a British citizen and he's not even having Nigerian passport when he was kidnapped.
Talking about Nnamdi Kanu.
So Britain is supposed to be at the forefront of his case because he's their citizen. Just that Britain also have a hand in what is happening in Nigeria. Have you saw Katrina Line, the British ambassador in Nigeria during the presidential election, how she was running up and down, campaigning and say, go get your PVC. What? Is she the only ambassador in Nigeria?
You see,
why is she so inquisitive? Why is she so interested in Nigeria election and Nigeria and go get your PVC?
Bro, when my good brother here said Nigeria is irrelevant, I think we undermine the kind of country that we have. Nigeria is a very important country in this world.
It depends.
Nigeria, there's no any activity that can go on in the world without Nigeria being involved.
It depends.
Okay, I agree with you. It depends. Ne? Now, let me just quickly say this before I forget.
We are losing our relevance in the global world. In the outside world.
You just mentioned
as a Nigerian
ambassador of America who's busy campaigning.
And not America, UK,
yes,
Britain,
yes.
A video made a round, I think earlier today, about certain group of Lebanese in Nigeria campaigning for APC.
Yes.
So would such a thing happen in a system that
when you're talking about Lebanese, Indians, and Pakistan?
Why would such a thing happen?
These are Islamic countries.
No, bro. There's not about Islamic. Okay, to cause a long story short,
they're happy with the Islamic.
You know what's going to happen with Tinubu's regime, ne? Tinubu is going to practice.
Boko Haram have congratulated the winners.
Mr. Ike, huh? You know what's going to happen? Tinubu is going to practice government of inclusiveness. First of all,
how do you know that?
How can Tinubu? Excuse me, brother. You're talking about. So sometimes you talk on assumption, not about what this particular person you are defending is capable of doing. I want to show, so before you do something, show a good leadership. We show it from example.
You see, my brother,
our people used
Lagos,
to say
Lagos State is such a good example.
Which a good example?
To
as Lagos is,
and
is
why
today.
Why do you always flock to that example of Lagos? What is it that is
so special about Lagos?
I think the fourth or fifth economy.
Your entire campaign has been based on that.
Who made it that economy of whatever it is, if not Igbos? Remove Igbos from Lagos and see how the economy falls down.
Can't just say Igbos. It's not only
and why? Excuse me. Remove Igbos from Lagos and see how the economy will.
Nah, bro.
I do agree. Remove Igbos. I'm
telling the truth.
And create the same thing, the same amenities and infrastructures that made Lagos what it is.
It doesn't even have
to the
Lagos doesn't even
let
have,
all of them
Lagos
try.
doesn't even have the amenities you're talking about. No infrastructure. How is the roads in Lagos? How is the roads? How are the roads in Lagos?
I don't know when last. Okay, there's a very beautiful thing that just happened there. You know, Okwedi, there's a flyover in Okwedi. There's a Penn Cinema flyover. There's a U-turn flyover. All those things
are these achievements
5 years ago.
See what you're counting as an achievement. In a country,
it's just like
do you know
this
how
guy
you
called
know how
Desmond Elliott built a bridge with planks.
Do you know how much?
And that's it. That one I saw that.
Excuse me.
Are you sure?
Excuse me. Do you know? It may not be real. It's fine. Let's forget about it.
It's true.
We're talking about.
So he did nothing.
You see,
why didn't he debunk the claim?
We are talking
and say that's not the bridge.
Do you know how much that is realized in the revenue, in Lagos only in a month?
You see, that's internal revenue that you are talking about.
In a month,
when Tinubu came,
somebody
who was making 200 million in a month. Tinubu took it from 200 million monthly to about
through what means? Internal revenue. From who? From where? How?
How did they achieve it?
How did it happen?
Internal revenue.
Yeah, from where? How did he increase it? Did he increase it by building more hospitals in Lagos or by building more roads in Lagos? Did he increase it by bringing more investors? He stopped Nigeria from.
He achieved it
from building more seaports in the east, that which excuse me, it is pure. It is pure.
The seaport is a federal government.
That's what they didn't do it because deliberately they want Igbos to come to Lagos and develop Lagos.
There's nothing like that.
That's where you see the revenue was. How much are they charging our people only to clear their containers from the Apapa Wharf? To clear the containers and bring it before. Excuse me, brother.
Do you know that the Niger is going to be dredged, or is it under?
Forget about that one. What I'm saying now is, do you know that before you bring your container from Apapa Wharf to your warehouse, do you know how much you pay on the road from each junction to one junction? From one junction to one junction.
When you are complaining about that, it doesn't mean that the state is not good.
So how do you generate the revenue? Revenue doesn't fall from heaven. These are the revenue you're talking about. A person who is coming to be our president.
An IGR of a state is the state.
Would you agree with me that Tinubu at this point doesn't even know why he's there? Why he's going there?
Just because he's there.
There is no plans. That guy has no plans whatsoever. What kind of meetings?
That Tony Elumelu that he went to meet, they are trying to plan his governance. Bro, within 2 years, you will be amazed what will happen in Nigeria. Within 2 years.
Brother, you are dreaming.
God will keep us alive. Yes.
You are dreaming.
Yes.
This is daydreaming.
Within 2 years. I'm not saying Nigeria.
I can categorically tell you that the only reason Tinubu.
You know what? Just be planning for your Islamization.
No, don't cut. Yeah, please.
Just be planning for your Islamization. That's the best thing that can happen to you. The only Islamization. That is what is coming.
My brother, let me explain something to you.
If you are expecting that there is something good that will happen in Nigeria, forget it.
When you talk about Islamization,
forget it.
Those are things that cannot happen. It's like people who say Buhari was cloned. That is just a fallacy. It won't happen, right?
The time when we're going to debate that, but let's leave it for another day. We're going to talk about that cloning of Buhari or whatever. Let's leave it for another day.
100 days of Tinubu as president of Nigeria, the first assignment that he has is to reunite the country.
Is that what he told you?
I am saying that.
Or what you have in your mind?
What I have in my mind.
In your mind. So your mind is working with Tinubu's mind.
No. I'm saying the first thing that he needs to do, and this is me making
what he needs to do. Like that is your own suggestion on the air.
He doesn't even have. You're not sure that he has such.
No. No, he does. I agree with him. He does. That's why people are now destroying Igbo businesses in Lagos, and Tinubu has not come out to exonerate himself and say I didn't send them. But he's going to be a good leader. He is going to be a good leader who is going to unite everybody.
Tinubu is going to unite Nigeria.
But he's not showing it now.
It's going to be.
This is your own assumption.
Okay, you see now.
What is in your mind is what you're saying.
Today is 17th of March.
But you must understand, it's not only going to be about releasing Nnamdi Kanu, because if he releases Nnamdi Kanu back into the society as a free man, Nnamdi Kanu is still going to carry on from where he stopped, as long as that same system remains. You see, if there is no changes, there is no improvement.
To me,
if you are going to be a good leader,
my own personal opinion,
you must start it from showing people will know it even before you assume the office of a president. People will know what you are capable of doing.
Exactly. My brother, Tinubu has a bigger fish to fry. Right now,
that is
he's trying to form a cabinet. There's your brother Obi, who is dragging him to court. There's a lot. Now, what I'm saying is, you see one thing, bro. And this is what I want us to take away. Me, you, and all of us, we're all Nigerians. We are brothers. You see, when foreigners, when South Africans or other countries that we go to, when they want to address me, they will not say this Yoruba boy, or address you, hey, this Igbo boy. They call you Nigerians. Do you understand? So we are Nigerians. We need to love ourselves, put our differences aside, and see how can we all support this country. Because let me tell you one thing, it will get to a point maybe South Africa can say, okay, just like what you said is going on in
Benin Republic, yes.
And then they say everybody must go.
Yes.
We end up finding ourselves in Nigeria.
Okay,
so bro, let me tell you something. You see that Nigeria that we're saying is not good, and most Nigerians that are living in Nigeria, they are doing better than most of us outside the country. Be it you are in America, you are in Europe or anything, they are excelling in life. Financially, they are doing well. They are building properties. These containers that you are talking about. Do you know the billions that Nigerians are spending to import?
Do you know how much they are losing on daily basis?
Bro, if you are doing business, do you understand? If your loss is more than your gain, you stop that business. Do you understand? But if you are losing and you are still making gains,
brother,
you are saying that Igbos are leaving the east and coming to Lagos because of shipping, right? They are doing it even as much as they lose. Every day, Igbos are still bringing millions of containers to Nigeria. If it had been on a loss, they would have stopped.
I want to tell you. Yes. I want to tell you something. We are people who were born to hustle, to make something happen from scratch. It has been part of us, especially the Igbos. I'm very proud to say that. And then we don't have any other choice, any other alternative for survival. Those that their shops were burnt in Lagos, what are they going to do now? To go to bed and sleep because their shops have been burnt? Or they are going to be looking for job? Where are they going to find job? They're still going to start again from scratch. In the next 1, 2, 3 years again, you see them having another shop again, and then you call that progress.
My brother,
I'm asking.
I'm sorry.
Okay, that no business. Excuse me.
Believe that APC doesn't have what it takes to run a Nigeria. the Nigeria we have today in its damaged condition.
There's over 8 million people who think otherwise. Over 8 million people who voted APC.
You mean the vote that is in question, that is in doubt?
I want to
You see, let me explain something to you, Nick. When you go to an election
through a flawed process,
when you go to an election with someone, there will always be a winner and there will always be a loser. Those who lost will always complain. Even Atiku is claiming he won the election. Do you understand? Even Obi, who came third, he didn't even come second. Obi, who didn't have spread in the north, you understand? He's claiming he won the election. But it is fine. He can go to court and prove how he thinks.
Which court?
I'm saying he's going to go to the court and
which court?
No, he said he's going to the court.
I mean, which court?
The one you guys asked him to go to. The one you already.
So which court? Your court,
bro. Let me explain something to you.
Fulani court.
Let me explain something to you.
The same court that discharged and acquitted Nnamdi Kanu and put in detention. The same court that discharged and acquitted El Zazaki, and he's still there. Which court are you talking about?
Election. There are houses who don't know who.
The same court who gave Hope Uzodinma, who came fourth in the governorship election, and they made him first.
Those
the same court.
You see, let me explain something to you, bro.
Brother.
Election.
Let's tell ourselves this.
Election. There will always be people who feel grief because maybe Obi thinks because he's popular on the internet, he's popular all over Nigeria. There are a lot of people that have never even been to the north. They don't know the population of the north. They are just basing Nigeria on Lagos and Abuja. Nigeria is a very big big population, brother. They still to today the Hausas are the most populated Nigerians in terms of population.
It's a lie.
Hausa is the most spoken language in Nigeria.
It's a lie.
Do you understand?
It's a lie.
No, it's not a lie.
It's a lie.
No, numbers don't lie.
I'm telling you, it's a lie. Forget about statistics. No, what are you googling? When was the last time you took a proper?
Wait, when
was the last time? Excuse me. What
makes you think there's more population of Igbos than Hausas in Nigeria?
One, you can never say for sure because there's no statistics. There's no data. We don't have data. We don't have database. We don't have data. We don't have
a census record.
Forget about census.
Which
census? Don't base your argument. Don't base your
on. You're not telling me not to.
No,
such system don't work.
No, such system doesn't. Don't base.
It doesn't work.
Don't base your argument on.
How do you know you are counted in Nigeria? You don't even know if you are counted.
You are not even counted. You are not even counted.
I was counted. My mother was counted. My siblings were counted. This year I won't be counted because I'm not.
Do you know the last time? When was the last
Nigerians
time?
are not Poland, on the system.
In Poland, in Biafra land, old Eastern region. When I'm talking about Biafra, I'm talking about old Eastern region. Do you know when was the last time people? Excuse me. Let me finish.
The landmass of Nigeria.
Let me finish.
You can see that the southeast is not as populated as US.
By landmass.
Even by landmass.
Are you comparing population in landmass?
I'm saying even by landmass.
If you comparing it, I gave illustration here before. I told you that South Africa landmass is bigger than Nigeria put together, but only southeast is bigger than South Africa in relation.
You see, as an Igbo man, right? I was trying to make an analysis for you all the time. I didn't want this thing to be about trying, but I made some analysis with you. Most Igbos, they marry through what do you call them? The legal marriage, right? At the end of the day, you can't marry more than one wife most times. Do you understand? Now when you marry, you end up having 3 kids, 4 kids, highest. You understand? It's only lately that I'm seeing Igbos that are having 6, 7 kids. You understand? But most Igbo men that I knew when I was growing up, is that they have 2 kids or 3 kids. Let me finish, sir.
In our place, we are 10.
Let me finish, sir.
My mother gave birth to 2 kids.
Let me finish, sir. Now, you can't compare yourself to an Hausa man that just one guy can marry 10. An Hausa man can get married to a 9-year-old, a 10-year-old, a 13-year-old, and she gets pregnant and give birth. There's that population. Either we like it or not. they are more populated than us. We can try to change history or try to change facts or try to sentimentally do things. Everybody wants something to favor their own tribe. Me, I'm not.
No,
Yeah,
it's not
I'm
about.
not. I won't tell you that Yoruba is Yoruba population.
It's not
more than Hausa population.
I'm not tribal about the situation. I'm not. I am not.
Telling me that I should not.
I am just a Nigerian who cares for the well-being, for the goodness of Nigeria as a nation.
Okay, so as a Nigerian, the record says that these people have the numbers more than you, and then you are saying, hey, we cannot pay attention to that.
Because everything you present is always fraudulent.
Brother, yes, exactly.
My brother,
now you can, because when I say Nigeria breed criminals, now we go to there.
There's no country in this world.
There's no number which is correct. You see, the same way you counted these votes, this presidential election, the same way they count the census. They are just synonymous.
My brother, either you like it or not,
they are just synonymous. It's not about sentiment, brother. If we want to say something for fact, brother, you see this thing. You see this thing.
Even went.
You see this thing I'm having here. What color is this? Blue. Because we see it and everybody can attest that this is blue, brother. When you come to census, and the whole of Southeast was not even counted.
No, you can't.
If Southeast.
You can't.
Okay, I can say 70% or 60% of Southeast was not counted.
No,
because
like
I know what I'm saying. You are not there. I
claim that some places in the Southeast, just like in the Southwest or Gordon, some people will not.
You are not.
Okay.
Okay. So you can't get a proper number.
Okay. Can I ask you a question?
At some point, we're going to have to bring this to an end. I just want to ask you
what is the reason for a census? Why do we need census?
To know the population of people in the country. Is there any other?
For what reason?
Maybe for whatever development or whatever you want to do in the country, to know how your budget, when you're making budget in the country, how you make your budget. That's the reason for the census.
Okay, I agree with you. So now, if I'm making...
Okay, we're running out of time.
Let me just finish this, please. If I'm counting people, because I want to know how to allocate and how to know, okay, how many blind people do we have in Nigeria?
No matter what you want to say, I just want to direct this question to you. It's a very simple, quick question because of time.
Mr. Chuk, let me finish this. So if now you are having that record so that you can know how you are going to be able to take care of your population and know, okay, do we have more young people or old people? How, like, what's the death rate of Nigeria? And all those things, right? For you to know where your country is going in terms of the people.
I want to ask this very last question to end the show.
Why would you cheat with that?
Look,
what do you mean by cheating?
No, like, because you are telling us
it's not
you should not pay attention to this.
We've lost time. You didn't let me do it.
No, so much more to say. I'm sorry.
No, it's already finished.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. It's just
we exhausted the system. At least we achieved something.
I got emotional.
Yes, I liked it. If we had enough space on the card.
No, I really got emotional. You know why? To be honest, I got emotional. Bro, you cannot
know what you say.